Right, so hey guys, what's going on? My name is Ben and welcome to a new vlog. Okay, so this one is going to be quite interesting. I don't know if I recorded a video last night, I never published it. Basically, I ordered a light off eBay and it was supposed to come last Tuesday, didn't. So I reported it to eBay. Then it come up saying that the Royal Mail had been told. Still nothing. After a couple of days of conversing, it turned up in Princess Royal RDC in London, and then today it's turned up. So, and actually they've sent me the right thing, so hopefully this vlog will be nice and interesting for you, because we're going to be taking a look at this new light, and it might not be interesting to all of you, but it's interesting to me. Okay, so I took out this top layer of polystyrene because I couldn't get it off my king, so I had to film a little thing just to make sure it was the right thing, so I could send it off to eBay if it was the thing. All in Chinese, don't really matter. Shouldn't be too difficult. Power cable, nice and long, so that's good, so I don't have to buy an extension lead. Again, warranty thing, Chinese. Here, little remote, probably needs batteries. Then we have the reflector dish, Bowen's mount. And then, a bit by, we have the light itself. And some sweets for children. Well, if you're a nice person like I am. Okay, so this is basically, it's kind of like a flash, but it's not. It's a continuous light that controls the angle. Then we have this that controls how tight the thing inside is. Little handle on the back. Power, on, off, brightness, and the channel thing for the remote. And a nice screen to tell you all your information. You know, nice LED chip there with the heatsink around it, and then you get this or any other Bowen's mount accessory. Line up, little slots, and then twist it into place. I've heard a couple of people complain about the locking mechanism itself, but yeah. It's because that were only 100 quid, and it's like a knockoff of the Aperture 120D, which is like 800. So I was like, oh, that's awful. Don't ask me why. It's because it smelled as soon as I opened it, so not very nice to say the least. Over here, as long as it all works, I'll be all right. Cause I need to buy a softbox. A Bowen's softbox. If anyone knows any good ones, let me know. I'm going to say this is probably about 5 meters, maybe more.
Looks like it's behind a sofa, awkward to get to. Actually, put it on. Put this one in. Switch it on. Okay. So,
100% brightness is very bright. The fan is audible. I can see the little LEDs inside of it. Doesn't know on, but you can definitely hear the fan. That seems on there. That's really cool. It goes down to 10% brightness. 10% brightness is bloody bright, so 100% brightness, Jesus. Tell you one thing, with a softbox on, you're going to get a very nice light. One issue that people have with it, that's not on. People say that it stays on when it's off. But no, that's definitely turned off. I've just unplugged it now, but yeah, so quite happy. I'm probably not going to use the remote because I really need to. Are they double A's or single A's? I think they're triple A's, so maybe I will, but it's not going to be a priority. I'm going to set it up and we're going to look at this in a bit more in the next clip. Okay, so I've just established that any light stand will work. You just have to unscrew it really far. The one thing that I'm really a bit confused by is this spring mechanism here to take the whatever's in the Bowen's mount off. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to have something there on top of it instead of it just being a thing. It's dead like flimsy, but I think if you're not changing your thing out a lot, it should be fine. I need to go on eBay and close the case. They said they sent me another one, which I assume is that. But they never sent one originally because the tracking thing didn't have any tracking data on it. So I'd assume they only sent one, which is kind of sad to be honest, because if they sent another one and it just come. That'd be sick, not gonna lie. Got to, especially if I got them for the other one for now. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. It's cool, I like it, it works. Again, I don't know if I mentioned, but the only one thing I don't like about it is that when it's shining out, if it's not diffused, like it's not, it's got a big harsh, it's got like a harshish spot in the middle. But I think if it's got diffusion on it, it should be fine. Especially if I get a proper soft box for it, not just like a diffusion sheet. If I get a proper soft box, like outer for it, normally they've got inner diffusion as well, and then the outer diffusion. So if it's got the 2 layers of diffusion in it, it should, in theory, stop. You might be thinking, Ben, why don't you just use window light? Because I can't control what's happening out there. Now, the one thing that I'm confused about is why did they put a big, nice, graspy handle for the angle, but not for like anything else? Look in this reflector, there's like a notch. Obviously, I think I can just push it down, but either something went wrong in the production process or what, I don't know. It looks like it's possibly supposed to be there, but I don't know. So I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, so I've set it up with a big diffusion thing. This is not the way I'm going to do it for the long run. This is just temporary, just because it technically does the same thing as a softbox, but obviously there's like light spill from back here and stuff. And also you can still kind of see, well, you can't, but there's like, you can still see the main hot spot. So hopefully when I get some more money, I'm going to get a proper softbox. I like it because you can see the definition. Obviously, if this weren't there, I don't know how I could show you it not being there, but that's okay. So let's just budge this. Obviously, if I stand here, it's much harsher because it's a single spot LED. Now, you might not be able to see the difference fully, but it definitely does give a nicer look with this thing here. This is the main reason why. That's the point of this thing. Obviously, the more distance you have as well, the more softer it'll be. So you might be able to see that my face is a little bit more softer. Now, the question is, where am I going to put my tripod? Because there's literally no space. So things I've got to figure out. And obviously, I don't know if you can actually see the lights too well and all that. Well, obviously, this phone isn't going to do it justice anyway because it's a phone and it's a phone camera. So, yeah, maybe if I just sit like this, set my camera up there or something, but I don't know. That's the problem with this room. It's so narrow. I really want to swap with my mum or something, just so that I get more, like... Because if this room's long, but it's not... There's no other way I can set it up. So... I think the only other way is putting the bed that's there, over there where the wardrobe is, putting the desk underneath the window, and then having stuff in other places. Then I can have this just against my desk, same sort of spot, and then camera there looking out at me, and then there's, or you know, maybe find another place for the desk or get a corner desk or something. I don't know. But if I swap with my mum, there'd be much more space because it's more like a boxy room, but it's bigger than my old room. So, considering it. Okay, so I've been playing around with it. I quite like it. I've got some batteries for the remote now, so yeah, even though I've left it on. So I switch it on at the switch. I switch it on here, and then I can press the little off button. Turn the brightness down. Now people do have a complaint about it, saying that if I was to set it, say to, I don't know, 10%, now on the back of the thing, if I adjust it, maybe if I set it to 100 on here, yeah, set it to 100 on the dial, and on the remote it's on 10, to say, and I press up, it goes dim, because it doesn't memorise what's on the remote, which doesn't really matter, because I'm not going to be messing with, all I'm going to probably use the remote for is, if I'm sat recording with a thing on me, then I'm just going to be like, that's too bright, turn it down. I'm demonstrating something and I need to turn it off quickly, just turn it off, turn it back on again, it's fine. So I've been looking as well. All I need to do now is get a new, get a softbox. Send one for 26. Cheap, easy, Bowen's about. Just have that on it. Then I don't need to have this all set up. And then I probably could do with getting some sandbags or something to put on the stand, because the stand, it's a little bit wobbly, but with the weight of the light, it doesn't, I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just not all that sturdy. The bloody attic loft thing's pretty moving up and down. And yeah, then I'm gonna start saving up for a Zoom H5, and then a Rode NTG2, and then a overhead boom mic thing. Also, I closed the dispute, so they'll not doing any fraud or anything like that. I closed it, and yeah, so the only thing is now, because I've closed it, if anything goes wrong with it, I can't like do anything about it, so a bit shit, but oh well, hopefully nothing does happen. Okay, so I just really quickly want to jump in at a little bit at the end here before I outro it. It's the next day now, and you can't see it very well in this, but I took, you know, from my old softbox I had two, one that's behind there and then one that broke, and it was just a bulb, and I kept the layer of diffusion that was on the front of it. Now what I've done is I basically just taped it to the front of this thing. Now, by no stretch of the imagination is this a permanent thing. This is just something just for now, until I get another £3 and I can buy a proper softbox. That sounds really sad and really bad. But yeah, it'll do. As long as I don't keep it on for long periods of time, it should be able to still breathe. I can still hear it. And there is air holes for the air to get out and stuff, and yeah. Only one thing is that there's a weird light in the, like a ring in it, but obviously I don't think you actually notice it. It's definitely softer than the original, just without the thing on, but it's definitely not as soft as having something like that thing on, but I think just for the ease of use, I'm just going to keep it like this. And yeah, it is quite warm. Wait. 42, right? I thought it was 50. And don't forget that's on 100% brightness as well, so if I turned it all the way down, it wouldn't need to be as... What's his name? But anyway, yeah. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a big fat like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. So yeah, I'm Ben, and I am signing off.